Hi everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Well, we're going to get around to planting some tulips today for cut flowers, but before we do that I want to show you some footage of myself creating the new Hydrangea Annex, and I did it in the no-dig style. So I just used cardboard, and then you'll see me hauling back and forth from my compost pile to this area in order to create this new garden. So let me show you that now, and then I'll talk you through what I want to do in the very early spring with this garden, because we're pretty much just going to leave it bare over the winter. Okay friends, we're back to the present day now, and let's just take a closer look at the new Hydrangea Annex. So I'm going to leave it pretty much bare for this fall. I did see some clearance hydrangeas over at Lowe's, but I think I just want to let this Hydrangea Annex idea simmer for a while. But what I'm really happy with and what I was trying to create is kind of a nice hug for the chairs there and the fire pit. And I think the addition of this Hydrangea Annex under the Coosa dogwood, there's the Amish in the background, I think this will really be kind of the enclosure that I'm after, and we'll kind of try to make this garden space feel just like a nice cozy area. That's what I've always wanted, is just to feel like the garden is giving you a really big hug. And over where the Hydrangea Annex was, or should we say wasn't, it just kind of felt like the garden ended and like that tree just stood all by itself in the lawn. So I'm really happy with this. So let me share with you my plan come spring is to basically direct seed a whole bunch of forget-me-not for cutting under this Coosa dogwood, and we're just going to have a ginormous drift of blue flowers come spring. Here's kind of a backed up look from the lawn chairs there. Speaking of lawn chairs, Rocky is taking a little snooze. Time to get back to work, Rock. And while we're back here, friends, how about these cocoa gold marigolds? They're almost as big as my hand. I can't wait to cut these at the end of this week. This timing worked out better than I could ever imagine. And the Mexican bush sage is looking mighty fine back here too. One more thing back here I forgot to show you is these buttery nasturtiums we planted. I think we planted these maybe on the same day we planted those marigolds. While we're taking a look at some floral updates, here's a look at how the cup and saucer vine is looking. I do see one seed pod here. Overall, I'm really happy with how this vine performed this year. definitely one I'll grow again. Okay, one more thing and then we really will get to bulb planting. I just wanted to show you the blue shadow Fothergilla as it turns its fall colors. Isn't it just so stunning? It has all the fall hues in it. It never seems to grow much, but it sure is beautiful. I'm thrilled with how the Hydrangea Annex looks, even though there's no plants in the ground yet. Just having the addition of that garden there really makes that whole space feel complete and like everything belongs together. And I'm so excited to have some blue flowers over there come early spring. But now let's get on to today's activity, just a short activity because my daughter has an early dismissal today. But I've dug this big trench for us right there. There you can see my camera. But basically I have about 200 tulips. I want to go into this area. Let me show you the varieties. So the first one we're going to put in is Apricot Fox. I'm going to put those ones in first. And then we're going to add in, and then we'll add in 50 of the Purple Dream. This is a lily variety of tulip. And if we have any more space, I also do have about maybe 30 Mount Hood daffodils left that we can put into this area as well. This is an area that I plan to harvest all the flowers from, so I'm going to space them really close together, egg carton style, where the bulbs are almost touching. I've dug a trench about 6-7 inches deep, and all we have to do is stick the bulbs in there and get it covered up. So I have put about 2,000 bulbs in the ground so far. The driveway garden is full of daffodils and alliums, and I did kind of a mixed planting over there, so it'll be interesting to see how it looks. It's going to be more of a meadow style planting over there. But over here on my main flower walk, I really just want really big, bold drifts of tulips everywhere you look. So let's just get to work. So I'm leaving room between the Apricot Fox for the purple lily tulips. Now I'll just fill in sporadically with Purple Dream. My hope is that this will look really natural and not contrived at all. It can kind of be hard to accomplish that sometimes. I definitely have plenty of space between these bulbs to add in some daffodils. So I plan to leave the daffodils in here hopefully forever. So I'll try to space them about 6 inches apart in between the tulips. And with the tulips, we'll be pulling them bulb and all. Daffodils can stay in the ground. And just in case this is your first time here on my channel, I always treat tulips as an annual because I pull them bulb and all, store them in my refrigerator until it's time to sell them. So for me, tulips are a one and done crop, and the daffodils I can rely on to come back every year. The reason why tulip bulbs don't come back as vigorous the following year is because they're actually forming a daughter bulb, and then it takes a few years for those daughter bulbs to get to flowering size. And of course you have to have the right conditions that tulips want over the summer also. But in terms of growing tulips for cut flowers, I think pretty much everyone treats them as an annual. So now all that's left to do is cover them up and give them a good mulching. Okay, I got that area all done, and I want to repeat almost the exact same planting right here so that we have repetition with that planting throughout the border. Both of these areas are surrounded by catmint, so I think that'll be really nice. Sorry, I'm already out of breath. But what I need to do is basically cut this catmint back along the back edge there, dig another big trench, and then keep on planting. Well, friends, I got all those tulips in the ground, about 800 more to go. I also stopped recording and cleared out a bunch of pokeweed and just some other kind of mulberry bushes that had been popping up and other things like that in the garden. So now I need to take this over to the composting dump and pick up my daughter from school. So I guess I better take a shower too. Well, I want to wish you all a wonderful day out there in your gardens, and I hope to see you sometime soon. Bye!